All right, there we go. Okay, I am on a little bit of a freaking trip. So instead of back to the regular crib, we are on a few day excursion, a la Jim Shark, a la some new stuff that will be kind of releasing, kind of in the future. This is going to be kind of later on. I mean, everything that we kind of get ready before in terms of like filming and everything. It's like months and months in advance. But yeah, my overall game plan between now and the 27th over across the pond in the UK, a lot of cardio. A lot of cardio is going to be involved. So I finished an hour this morning, flight, kind of travel day, running around. Did not go off plan. It hits kind of hard when when you're sitting in an airplane seat, and then the stewardess comes up to you. She's holding just a big box of just whatever, Oreos and chips and just snacks. I mean, just snacks, really. And you got to say, I'm all right. I'm all right. Nah, I'm not going to have it. Nah, no, no. None of that. So this morning's breakfast was what was going to be 2 cans of chicken turned into 3 just because I was a little bit extra hungry. So 3 cans of chicken, probably net 1 serving of non-fat Greek yogurt, and then a whole bunch of ranch dressing powder, which is not calorie free, but you just got to do the math. I don't remember the exact calories and like carbs per gram or whatnot. I just kind of estimated that it was about 20 grams of carbs or so. That held me over for a little while. Had a couple of, I've already thrown them away by now, but a couple of little 3 packs of some kind of jerky. I forget the brand, but like not a lot. Only like 12 grams of protein per serving. 8 grams or 7 grams of carbs each as well, and then 3 of fats. So a little bit higher. Honestly, I think I can definitely look for a leaner, artificially sweetened jerky. If I was a real pro, I would just make it myself. That would actually probably be the best. Come up with some kind of like aspartame, salt, pepper, garlic, something or other seasoning. That's that's kind of its own hobby in and of itself. But tons of cardio. So 45 or no, an hour 30 per day, and then just stick to the deficit, man. A lot of waiting. So I'm still in that phase of rebounding off of the initial carb up, not from the carbs themselves, but really just from that like water fluctuation. So it's like, okay, I've dried out the sponge that is like my entire build muscle wise. Now I've replenished it, and it kind of turns into like a little bit of an over replenishment. So that little like, between the muscle and skin layer, I can tell is definitely holding on to a little bit more water. Not so bad as last show. I felt pretty bad after the Arnold Amateur. Because that was the last show of that competition season. It was Legends Classic in Vegas, and then Arnold Amateur, and then no more. Competition's over. So I just went full, just eat everything I could get my freaking hands on. Treats and burgers and just whatever. So I was really watery. And I did, with the Arnold, we did like these paid like photos where we actually like get a professional photo shoot and print out like a full page, whatever pixel count photo. And I felt really bad because I was so watery because of all the trash that I ate beforehand that like I couldn't even smile. Like my face was so puffy because of all the trash that I ate. Because in my mind, I'm like, you know what? Competition's over. We're grubbing, recomp out the window. Just eat what freaking everything in sight. I'm sitting there and I'm just completely like my shins were. It was terrible. So not that crazy this time. So I'm probably gonna expect my morning weight, and I mean not even my morning weight, but just my overall like level of water retention and dryness to come back to baseline maybe within like 3 to 4 days or so, which was kind of freaky for those first 2 shows because I only had like 2 weeks between that Legends Classic and the Arnold Amateur. And I was super watery after the Legends Classic, of course, because I'm flying and then eating a bunch of food, carbon up. I was nervous. I'm like, shit, is this water even going to come off me? So another couple of days, and then we'll get back to that kind of drier look. But yeah, I think the main thing that I really want to change going into the Arnold UK is not siphoning down so much for check-ins, coming in right at that 227 weight cap, and then filling up, and I think filling up with a little bit more water. I think I could use a little bit more fluids for this next one. So, come in like just a little bit of a fuller freaking look. But yeah, a little bit of a travel day, so there's not going to be a post-lift kind of discussion. But I slammed some back, and actually slammed really isn't the right word. I got a back pump at a World Gym down here that was kind of good. So let's just splice that together and see how we're looking. So that's the update for, yeah, either 17 or 18 days out. I'm not sure which one. I think 17. So either way, just a touch over 2 weeks, and then we're gonna get a whole nother spray tan, and I'm gonna be even oranger than I still am. So let's just get in the gym and see how we're freaking looking. Okay. 2 more of those. Then we'll switch to a row. One more. Oh, shit. Alright, there is truly nothing like the spin class room lighting, and it transcends almost all others. If we're being honest, something about it, I don't know, maybe it's the proximity to a whole bunch of cardio machines, which just kind of adds to the look. But let's see how we're looking. So we're getting closer to that morning weight of 230. I don't know what my morning weight was this morning, but it was definitely not 243 like it was in that sort of most watery kind of look. But let's see. So as we start to get back to a regular amount of water retention, more and more cuts and striations will begin to reveal themselves. So let's see how we're looking with just a straight up back pump. Oh my goodness. All right. No car talk, because I got to get back in the friggin' Uber to the hotel. But let's continue whatever post, pre, somewhere in the middle discussion we were getting down in there. But I certainly feel like a freak today. So let's just keep this momentum up over these next, 17 or 16 more days.